Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is episode 5 of the Whimsy Expanded Legacy Challenge Generation 2. I am back again with Alan, and last episode we actually celebrated Flower Fest with the whole Whimsy family. And after having some conversations and getting some advice from both mom and dad, so Malaya and Ezra, Alan finally took the plunge and submitted his university application, which is what he is going to need to be able to be promoted from being a substitute teacher. And I guess without further ado, let's head on over to gameplay. So everyone, we are starting off the Whimsy Legacy Expanded Challenge on a very rainy Sunday morning. And I am kicking off straight after Swing into Spring last episode. I did play for a couple of hours off camera. And when I say a couple of hours, a couple of sim hours. And I did play with Alan for a little bit, but not much has happened. And I am actually getting him, of course, just to look after himself first, take care of his needs. And I was originally going to get him to do his usual morning jog around the area, but because of the weather, I'm going to say that he was like, oh, you know what? I'm not really feeling the jog this morning, so I'm just gonna do a no sweat run on the treadmill. Alan does have a gym inside his house anyway, so I'm gonna get him to do that. And then it is actually Mother's Day, so I thought it would be a nice way to kind of celebrate with Malaya, celebrate with the original family. Oh, is he not able to go? Okay, if he's not able to go, all right, let's just maybe just box for a little bit. So yeah, so I thought that it would be a nice way to spend some time with Malaya, Ezra, and to be honest, yes, we did just spend some time with them the previous episode, but that was because Alan invited them over to his house because it was Flower Fest. But this time around, I think he is gonna go and surprise his mom. So he hasn't actually said anything to his mom and dad about him going and visiting them in Willow Creek. So I think before he goes over there, he's gonna do some baking. And I think, yeah, he's gonna do some baking. I think he's able to do a little bit more now. So he is level 2, so not a lot, but maybe he can do some cereal marshmallow squares. So I think he's gonna do that, and then he'll bring it to Willow Creek. And then yes, just spend some time with Malaya. Last episode, he also finally submitted his university application. I doubt that we will hear anything from the university this episode at all. Usually it does take a few sim days. But what I did end up getting him to do was to research teaching methods. And like what I previously explained, I think a few episodes ago, Alan was originally in the drama club. And when I imagine Alan being a teacher, I think he is the one that I feel like the students get really happy and excited when they have him as, well, at the moment, a substitute teacher. I think because he just really engages well with his students, and now he's researching teaching methods to ensure that when he finally gets his own class, that he will be able to inspire students and get them interested in the subject. Again, I still have no idea what kind of subject I picture Alan teaching, but that's okay. We could figure that out. I hope that I'll be able to figure it out in the future episodes. After he bakes, we are gonna go visit the rest of the Whimsy family. So everyone, we are finally back in our original Whimsy house. It's been so long. And then, so both of them are elders now. Offer gratitude to Malaya. So Alan would be like, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for everything that you've done. You've done for us. And then I think he's probably gonna give her. I don't think we could actually give. Oh, we can. Maybe that's something. Yeah, I think we'll give the marshmallow squares. Like, Mom,
Oh, Fredishay.
I made some brownies. No, not brownies. Marshmallow squares. It's not that great, but I hope that you like it. And Maria's like, thank you so much, Alan. I love it. We'll eat it. We'll eat it. And then I think he's gonna ask
Malspec, Mobsy Vombo.
ask to volunteer time. Oh no, what's happening? Do a deep personal conversation and then just Mom. Just say, so Mom, how are you? What do you have plans for today? And then I want the share Mother's Day spirit. And then I think he'll say, oh, affection. I think it's affection. And then just say, so Mom, what do you have plans for today? Shall we go to the park? I bought Noodle and Kudos with me. We could go to the park and celebrate. What would you like to do?
Pando.
And then express admiration. No, Malaya. And then I think I'm gonna get Alan, and Alan will be like, Mom, you know what I've been doing? I've kind of settled. I've got this routine at home, and what I usually do is oh no, it's gone. Oh, maybe it's hobbies. Enthused about baking. Okay. And then maybe just say, Mom, I'm kind of loving baking at the moment. And I've been working out a lot as well. I've kind of been doing a jog around the area, usually every morning, but I haven't been able to do it recently just because the weather is so bad at home. And then I'm gonna get him to actually take a photo with Malaya. So we are going to take a photo with Malaya. Like, Mom, come on, let's take a photo. Let's take a photo together. Manners-minded. Alan Thorne's upbringing has reminded him to always offer his token of gratitude to the host of a party. He's pretty happy he remembered that thanks to being raised with such good manners. Oh, look at them. Okay, let's take that photo. I quite like this photo, actually. So they're doing like a wacky photo. And then I think let's do like a pensive looking one. They actually kind of look... Yeah, they kind of look a lot. They do look like each other. Excellent. And then just say, Mom, enthused about details. No, let's do small talk. And... oh, there we go. Tell about latest workout. And then I actually do want Alan to tell his mom... Where is... Hug out the code. Hug lovingly. Yep.
Hey!
And then I want him to not necessarily reveal a brilliant invention. I'm gonna say it's more of like a brilliant idea. Like, Mom, what do you think about volunteering? Volunteering with me. So technically, I'm kind of doing two birds, one stone kind of moment. So Alan has got this whim, and it's to volunteer with family. So he wants to lend a helping hand. And it's one of his whims that he's had since the last episode. And I kind of want to fulfill it today. And I think it's also just a good bonding time that he can do with Malaya, Ezra, River, and Asher. And speaking of Asher, I am pretty sure that he has aged up as well. So let's knock on the door, and then I'm gonna get Alan, like he's already telling his mom what he wants to do, and I'm gonna say, you know, for storyline purposes, that Malaya is into that idea. Like, she's kind of like, oh, that's actually such a very kind and nice thing that we could do as a family. There we go. And yes, so Asher has finally aged up into a child. Oh my gosh. So parenting put to bed? No. I think they'll probably just do like fire up and then do a heartfelt compliment.
Grange. We're gonna
Who does he
tell.
look like? I don't even know. Make funny faces with your brother. And then just say, teach about responsibility. So basically, I'm gonna say that Alan is probably telling River like, okay, you need to be a good role model to Asher. So I'm not here anymore. You gotta help out mom and dad. All right, everyone. So I am now gonna get, and actually, I think Malaya didn't really like the cereal marshmallow squares that Alan made. So I'd like to think that Malaya probably said, son, I think you need to do a bit more practice in the kitchen, especially in baking. Like, the squares aren't too bad, but I think you could do better. So he's feeling a bit upset, but I'm hoping that he'll not get over it. But I hope that he knows that his mom. Oh, Naomi. Oh, we've been thinking about trying for a baby lately. Try for that baby. Sure, why not? And I am gonna get Alan to volunteer. So, volunteer at a bake sale, volunteer at a beach cleanup, volunteer at a nursing home, volunteer at a soup kitchen, and walk to fight disease. So, I think I might do volunteer at a soup kitchen. So the hungry masses are lined up and ready to eat. Lend a hand, grab a ladle, and help dish it out. Now, I have a few, not agenda, but I do kind of have a good motive in possibly choosing volunteer at a soup kitchen. And I'm actually hoping that he was able to do this with his family. So for storyline purposes, let's just pretend that, Malaya, Ezra, and River and Asher actually went with Alan to this volunteering gig. And then we'll check back in as soon as Alan is back from the soup kitchen. Okay, everyone, so Alan is back. Volunteering is fun and builds character, and it feels good to do things for others. Now, I am also going to kind of say, so I'm going to try and fit this in with basically the rules for this generation. So I'd like to think that Alan, upon volunteering this soup kitchen, he saw kids like orphaned. They could have probably been orphans, and with no parents. And I think he genuinely feels the sadness about that, and especially if he's comparing what his childhood was like. He's got Malaya and Ezra, who is very supportive of him. They're always here, and I think he feels like he can probably make a difference to a child's life. It kind of like, so I'm going to try and integrate that into the storyline. Like, that is probably another foundation, another thing that actually inspires Alan to adopt kids. So I think I'm gonna say he's tense because he is tired. He is exhausted. So he's gonna say like, River, I'm gonna go, okay? I'm gonna head home. I'm not feeling the best at the moment. I think I'm gonna need to... I've got this massive headache and I'm gonna head home. I don't know where mom went. Oh, mom is here. So I think he's gonna give her let's give her a hug lovingly, and then he's gonna head home. So everyone, another stormy and thunderous day in San Sequoia, and as usual, Alan woke up extremely early. I feel like he really needs to stop doing this because by the time that he gets home, he's so exhausted. But what can I do? He is an early worm. He's an early worm. And I am actually getting him to just do a mind-centering yoga to start off the day. He is also going to make himself some breakfast. Now, today is finally Monday. There's no holidays at all, which means he is back to school. Now let's serve breakfast. Let's do some French toast, please. And maybe grab yourself a cup of coffee as well. Now, if the weather permits, I think after he gets back from work, because he went to Brindleton Bay the previous episode. Now I'm thinking of actually bringing the dogs to a park. So if San Sequoia is like this later on, I think he will probably travel to Brindleton Bay and go to a park somewhere and then just kind of chill with his dogs. Especially, I want him to kind of play with Kudos a bit more. He's been spending a lot of time with Noodle. But if San Sequoia, if the weather here is finally, if the weather here isn't too bad, then I'm pretty sure there is a park around here somewhere that we could probably explore, because we haven't really been going around San Sequoia that much. So everyone, we are actually in a recreation center here in San Sequoia. Oh, and of course, as soon as I officially start saying that we are here. So everyone, I had to change my plans. So originally, I actually had Alan, Noodle, and Kudos go to a recreation center here in San Sequoia because the weather was actually pretty nice. But of course, as soon as I actually started getting Alan to train Kudos, it started thundering, it started raining, so I just ended up getting him to come back home and train Kudos here instead, although he is feeling sad at the moment, and I was kind of hoping that training his dogs would kind of help, and it's actually helping. It's increasing up his fun level, but he is currently sad. Passionless job. What's the point anymore? Get to work, mindlessly do job, get paycheck, sleep, repeat. What is Alan Thorne even doing here? And again, I'm gonna try and tie it in with what's currently happening in Alan's career, and that's, you know, the university, having to obtain a university degree in order for him to be promoted to from being a substitute teacher. And I think just because it kind of feels like it's kind of like it's plateauing, like he's not actually going up the ladder. It's kind of like he's currently in a plateau at the moment because of this, and I'd like to think that that's why he is sad and he thinks that this is a passionless job. But of course, because in regards to the storyline for this particular generation, he does love education, he loves kids, he loves teaching them, but at the moment he just thinks it's probably, you know, this isn't probably the, and that's actually a bit, I find that really disheartening as well. And but it makes such a good story, because obviously if that didn't happen, he would have just been kind of like working to get promoted every time he goes to work, which is what we're currently doing anyway. But there's just that little bit of an obstacle that he needs to kind of be able to, you know, he needs to be able to leap over that obstacle, you know? He needs a day off, he wants a day off, and taking a day off could be the answer to the building stress of work. Okay, so he's gonna have dinner as well. I'll probably get him to watch something, maybe just to try and get his mind off things, although I'm not too sure whether that's going to be helpful or not. So maybe he can watch a movie, maybe watch College Cram as well. So everyone, it's the next day, and oh my gosh, he's actually sporting like a goatee looking mustache, and he's currently having breakfast, and I'm gonna say he's having a look at his library. It's been a while since he kind of chill in his library, and then he's like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot that I wrote a book, Good Night Nightlight. So I'm gonna get him to actually sell it to a publisher, Good Night Nightlight. And I'm pretty sure he actually loves writing. So I think maybe writing will also be his sidekick. So he's a teacher, but of course writes books as well. The most... Whoa, wait. It's out in the world. Now each day Alan Thorne will earn a moderate amount of royalties. And the most recent book that Alan Thorne wrote has been nominated for an award. Check out the next award ceremony Sunday at 7 p.m. to see if he won. Oh my gosh, I need to remember that. I actually need to try and remember that. Why don't you play with Noodle? And then why don't you give... Oh, where is it? Give a big treat to Kudos. And do like... do a what's that as well. And we need to repair our shower. New milestone. Okay. Alan Thorne has acquired a new memory and he stepped in pet poop. Oh no. And that's actually him. He didn't pick up after his pets. So I actually want to see that. The new milestone. Few milestones. First energy failure. Oh my gosh, I didn't actually see this. First energy failure. He passed out from exhaustion. Experienced a fire. And first promotion. Adopted pet. Get a job. Have a baby. No. Made a best friend. Where's the other one? First promotion. Made a self-discovery. Achieved a pristine reputation. Okay, that's really good. And I think he might work from home, actually. He's gonna work from home, everyone. And what I'm gonna do is, just for something so that it's... what I might do is, because I'm getting him to work from home. So he needs to write a letter of recommendation and tutor a student online. I think just so then he's out of the house as well. I'm gonna get him to visit the local library at San Sequoia. And maybe he's just gonna be like, oh, you know what, just a change of scenery. I'm gonna go there and work from there, so then at least I won't have any distractions. So everyone, Alan has been feeling really cheerful lately. Things are going well and he doesn't have a care in the world. Embrace the change? Yes. Okay, so what... okay, let's go over here and let's try and... wait. Actually, is there another place? Yeah, I think he's gonna come over here. Oh no, there's someone in there. Maybe he'll go over here so that he's gonna be by himself. And I am gonna get him to tutor student online about technology, no. About the arts, no. About communication. So, he's puppy powered. Playing with dogs can sure get Alan Thorne jazzed up. Discovered thyself. Feeling great. Okay, so he's feeling great, everyone. And I think maybe what happened to us? It's Luna. What happened to us? Are you too good for me? Yes. Okay. Oh, he's feeling very flirty. Ready for some action. Okay. So yes, so everyone, I'm gonna say that he's cheerful because he's got that confidence in himself as well. Like, yes, he will feel sad. He will feel sad about his career, but he knows that he can do it and he can achieve, and he knows that in time he will go up the ladder. Yes, it might be at a plateau at the moment and nothing is happening yet, but he knows that in time it will. And so I am getting him to tutor someone about communication, and then we need to write a letter of recommendation as well. So I think I might do this from time to time, just so then he's not always at home as well. But yeah, so he's finally discovering some of the things that are here in San Sequoia. I think it's because he's just been so busy. He's been so busy with work and, you know, with his puppies, that he hasn't really been going out and about, especially in this particular area here. And I've completely forgotten the name of this area. But what I might do as well is I think after he finishes his work, I'm gonna get him to kind of go around and jog around the area. But yes, in a way, I'm kind of excited for Alan. And I don't know, I feel like we are nearing that episode where he would finally be brave enough to adopt a child. I think just volunteering in a soup kitchen. And I think I might do that again, like get him to volunteer. I'll see whether he's able to do that maybe during the weekend. And that would instill love day. Alan, my favorite brother on board, come over here. I think he's gonna say, Asher, I'm at work. I can't at the moment. And royalty report, books goodnight, nightlight. Excellent. And we need to remember that his book is actually part of the... Hey, Alan, do you want to come over here and watch a movie with your dad? Dad, I'm at work. But I'm super excited for Alan, like what's in store for him, to be honest. It's going to be really interesting, especially trying to juggle his career and university, and if ever, a kid as well, a child. So everyone, definitely a change of scenery from San Sequoia and Willow Creek. We are currently at Del Sol Valley. So again, I've had to change my plans. So yes, before I said that I actually wanted Alan just to kind of have a jog around the area where the library was. But he had a whim, and the whim was to actually go bowling with friends. And I was searching up everywhere. I was searching up all of the worlds, trying to figure out whether there is actually a bowling alley somewhere, but there was nothing. There was nothing, and I thought, okay, well, if they're not gonna go bowling, I'd like to think that Alan is actually, because all of his workmates like Naomi, Damien, and I forgot the other girl's name. I forgot her name. I don't even know where she is. Amelia, I think. So some of his workmates are actually here. So it's probably kind of like, oh, like, do you want to hang out after work kind of thing, which is really good because Alan also needs to have a social life as well. So, and I've also got him to invite like Kyle Carlson, Christopher, and Zottel as well. Although I actually can't find Zottel at all. So yeah, so I'm just getting him, this is just like an after work, but like a coffee after work drink. Why don't you talk to Amelia and offer Rose? No, do not offer Rose. But maybe just do ask about Day together. Just, no, ask about Day and just say, so how did it go from work today? I actually worked from home. Order food at the espresso bar. Well, we were. So yeah, so I'm just gonna get him just to talk to his workmates and see whether maybe deep thoughts. Talk about overcoming insecurities. Maybe he can talk to Amelia like about, you know, how he actually sent in his university application as well. And I want Zottel here. Because to be honest, we haven't seen Zottel in a while. So yeah, everyone, I think I'm gonna end this episode over here, just with Alan hanging out with his workmates and some of his neighbors as well. He actually was just speaking to Zottel on the phone. Maybe he's like, oh, I thought you were gonna come around and hang out here at Del Sol Valley, and maybe Zottel had, unfortunately, had to cancel, had to do a rain check. But yeah, I think this is just a nice... What are you doing, Alan? What's this? Crudely compliment appearance. No, 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 no. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, I think, well, today we were able to at least celebrate Mother's Day and got to hang out with Malaya, mostly Malaya, but at least he was able to visit Ezra as well, and Asher and River. And he was able to kind of look after his pets as well and actually show them some attention. But of course, he's been feeling like, and of course, he's still thinking about his university application and whether he is still doing or whether he did the right thing applying for it. But he knows that education is his job, being a teacher is his passion. And I think, yes, he may feel down at times, but he knows that he is on the right path. But sometimes he forgets it. And of course, lastly, he was able to volunteer for storyline purposes, we'll say, with the whole Whimsy family. And he was able to volunteer at a soup kitchen and probably saw some orphan kids. And I think that has kind of struck up something inside him in regards to him hopefully being brave in future episodes to adopt a child. Where is Alan? Okay, so Alan is here. So yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode as much as I've really enjoyed playing with Alan and just trying to get him to trying to get him to balance his family life, social life, work life. Not so much his love life. But if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all into the next one. See ya. Bye.